Hey guys, this is Eric. Welcome back to the fourth and final video in our series in March about how to grow your business. What we've been talking about is how do you manage the step-by-step process for building your business. So if you haven't seen the last three videos, definitely recommend you check those out because they really lay the foundation for this whole series. All right, now in today's video, we're going to talk about the biggest challenges people run into when you try to do everything we've talked about in the last three videos. So fundamentally, we're going from, I get a job and I do the painting myself, to I'm not doing the painting, but I'm going to the paint store and checking on the job site all the time, to I'm not checking on the job site or going to the paint store. I'm just focusing on marketing, sales, and production. And then I start doing so well with that then I need to hire a production manager and do more marketing and sales. And then I hire a salesperson and still do some sales, and then I hire a second salesperson, and now I've got two salespeople, a production manager, and a painting team, and I'm sitting back and we've got maybe 3, 4, 5 crews running, and I'm doing really, really well. That's the general overview of what we've covered up to this point. So if you want to see more details about that, watch those other 3 videos in the series. Now, in today's video, we're going to talk about the biggest challenges I've seen people running into along the way, and there's 4 main categories. We got marketing, sales, production, and time management. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to link in the description, I'm going to put links to videos we have on our channel about marketing, sales, production, and time management, so you can go a little deeper into those if you find you have those challenges. So let's start with marketing. One of the biggest challenges people have with marketing is not doing enough estimates, and you're not being aggressive enough. Now there's 2 main issues that people run into with marketing. One of them is you're utilizing all the avenues you think you can, and your phone is ringing. You're not getting enough leads. That's why we encourage door-to-door marketing. There's a lot of other things you can do to get aggressive. You can join local networking groups. You can call property managers. You can call real estate agents. You can network. You can talk to people. Like, you have to figure out how to hit the target. What too many people do is they don't hit their numbers and they don't take action. If you're not hitting your numbers, you got to go take action. Because if you're not hitting your marketing numbers, you're not going to be busy enough to hit the sales and production. Nothing works without marketing. Marketing is the ultimate bottleneck to your business. If you can only ever do 20 estimates a week, you can never book more than 20 jobs a week. It's very unlikely you'll even book 20 a week, but that's the ultimate limit on your business, so you've got to master marketing. So the main issue here is people are not aggressive about hitting your targets. You have to do whatever it takes. So what we do is we do a lot of door-to-door marketing. We call and create partnerships with other professionals in town. Those are the most aggressive things we do. We also utilize lead services, and we utilize social media. We do lots of job site marketing, and we're making partnerships, and we're doing everything we can, but the main issue I see with people is not being aggressive enough when you're not hitting your marketing targets. The next issue that people have is with sales. And the sales is actually something that causes some issues with marketing as well. So if you don't have a good professional sales process, you're not going to sell as many jobs. You're going to have customers going with lower prices, because if they get your bid and they get some other guy's bid and you guys were pretty equal but his price is lower, they're going with him. But if someone gets your bid and they get this other guy's bid but you were way more professional and your price was a little higher, you'll still win those bids a lot of the time because you were the more professional one. See, so many times I see painting contractors and business owners give up on marketing because it's not generating them business. But the mistake they make is it's not marketing that was the problem. It was your sales process. See, I can give you 10 leads. I can take the same 10 leads and we could give 10 leads to somebody else. This guy might book 0, you might book 2, and we might book 6. Or any combination of that. Maybe you're the one who booked 6. All right, but the point is that your sales process, how good you are at sales, how professional you are at sales, determines how effective your marketing is. And so you have to have a very, very good sales process. And what I mean by sales is not what a lot of people think about sales. The best way to be great at sales is about trust and building a relationship and creating value for a customer. And it's not just, most painting companies are all going to end up doing the same thing. We're going to prep the house the same. We're going to, do the same, use the same type of materials and all that kind of stuff. But people buy based on trust, especially in this industry, because in this industry, there is no trust. Everyone you ever talk to has a bad contractor story. And so if they trust you, you're more likely to get the business. All right, so it's a trust game, and trust gets built intentionally with a great sales process. So too many people don't have a great sales process, which if you don't have a great sales process, you're not going to win bids, and customers are going to be going with the lower price. So it forces you to start to compete on price. And when you start competing on price, then you get referrals who expect a low price. You don't make high enough profit margins to make good money, and you don't make high enough profit margins to build a team and still make good money. See, if you want to build a business, you have to charge a good price so you have enough margin to hire people and build a business. If it costs me $1,500 to get this house painted, the materials and the labor, and I can only win that job if I bring my price down to $2,000, I can never build a great business around that because there's not enough money in that business for me and my team. So that's the biggest mistake people make with sales, is you're not good at sales. And it forces you to compete on price. And it limits how effective your marketing can be. So these go hand in hand. If your sales isn't good, you are limited with how much marketing you can do, which limits how many estimates you can do, which makes you more desperate in sales, which leaves you dropping your prices even more to win the job because you can't figure out how to win the job when you're the high price. But a good sales process wins the job because customers don't buy on price, they buy on value. And if two people are valued the same, but one has a lower price, then it's about price. But if value is different, that's like saying, hey, I've got this BMW and this Honda, and someone's like, well, that price is way too high on that BMW. It's like, well, it's a BMW. Yeah, but if it was a Honda, and one of them was 10 grand and one was 5 grand, of course you're going to go with the 5,000 Honda. But people buy BMWs every day, even though they're more expensive. It's because the value is not the same. You need to figure out how to create that value for a customer in your sales process. This is a huge one. The next issue that people run into is in production. And the biggest issue with production is it's not efficient. You're spending way too much time in production. You're dropping by job sites too often, or you can't find good help. If you're using employees, it's your job to find the right people, to train them really well, and to give them the tools to succeed, and to give them the incentives to succeed. If you're using subcontractors, you need to be good at finding a great relationship and following the guidelines and rules with using subcontractors, but also establishing a great working relationship with a good subcontractor. It's also your job to have a really good system for contacting and communicating with clients. The biggest thing that takes up time in production is problems. And all problems can be prevented by staying really on top of it. And so that's the biggest issues people have in production, is they don't have a good system for communicating with the client and managing the process all the way through, and they don't have a good system for bringing on good help to deliver a good job. So production ends up taking up too much time, and when this takes up too much time, you don't have enough time for this, and when you don't have enough time for this, you can't grow your business enough to have enough money in it to hire people and take the next step. So the key here is efficiency. All right, we need to figure out how do we be really efficient. Now, why that's also important is in the big picture, you need to have efficient systems so you can pay people well. See, if your production system can, one person can produce $500,000 a year, but my production system is more efficient and someone can produce $1 million a year, I can pay someone twice as much as you can. which means I can find better people who require less training and require less management and makes it easier to run my business. So in these early phases, we need to get really good with our systems that they're efficient, meaning they produce the biggest result with the least amount of time possible, because that's how I'm going to find good people later. It's going to make the toughest part of this business, building teams, it's going to make it easier when we get these systems really efficient. What we're mostly talking about right now is people fail at making marketing efficient, people fail at making sales efficient, and people fail at making production efficient. Now, none of this is going to work if you aren't good at managing your time. You need to be a master of your time, because the results you produce in your business are a direct reflection of what you do with each hour of your week. If you can't tell me what you did every hour this week, you don't know what you did every hour this week. You can't optimize and improve your own efficiency. Time management is critical, so I'm going to link a video below called the 4 Rules of Time Management. These are 4 rules that if you follow them, you will be highly effective with your time. All right, but that's a huge one, is people don't keep control of their time. They end up being reactive. You cannot be reactive. You have to stay intentional. You got to go phase 1. I got to get to, and then everything I went through in the last video. You got to stay focused on that next step, next step, next step. And you have to be a master of your time if you want to be an effective business owner growing your business. Now, everything we've covered in this video, this is literally what I teach people in the Painting Business Pro full business training course. I've already got efficient systems for marketing, for sales, for production. Those systems are all outlined in incredible detail in the Painting Business Pro course. So below this video, I'm going to link a bunch of stuff for you. All right, I'm going to link you over to some free videos about marketing, free videos about sales, free videos about production, and free videos about time management. I'm also going to link you to my Painting Business Pro course, which is a full business training, which will speed this process up tremendously for you. So I highly recommend it. If you're running a business and your business is smaller than $700,000 a year, you should invest in Painting Business Pro in that course. It will pay for itself almost immediately, and if you have any questions, you can contact me. So that wraps up our series for the month on how to grow your business. I'd love any feedback you have. You can drop those in the comments or send me a message. If you liked this and you want to not miss any videos, make sure you subscribe and hit the little bell icon so you get notifications in the future when we release our next month's themed series. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you like the series, drop a comment and let me know. And we will see you guys next month in April with a whole new series we'll be working on. If you have any requests for series for us to cover this year, I'd love to hear that as well. So I hope you got a lot of value out of this. And I hope the best thing for me would be if you go and implement this and you go grow your business, grow your income, have a better life as a result of this information. So hope you enjoyed it, and we will talk to you guys soon.